Number 3, sodium aluminum phosphate. Keyword, aluminum. Yeah, they're putting aluminum in our foods. Now, according to the research that I did, aluminum phosphate is a chemical compound that is used in cake mixes and in some baking powders as a leavening agent to help baked goods rise. Now, this one ingredient, sodium aluminum phosphate, is probably the most prevalent used deadly ingredient in our foods today. You'll find it in all the Publix baked goods, everything from the cookies to the cupcakes. This has the sodium aluminum phosphate. This has sodium aluminum phosphate. And the list goes on. You'll find it in pizza crust, tortilla wraps, waffles, pastries, batter mixes, anything that's with baking powder, and it'll tell you, it'll say baking powder with sodium aluminum phosphate. I want you guys not to confuse baking powder with baking soda. Baking soda is completely different. Baking soda is a pure product with no additives, and it is actually alkaline, or it's used as a base. Baking powder is acidic, and it's a mixture of chemicals that is used as a leavening agent. And a leavening agent is just something like yeast to help it rise. Now, why the fuck are they putting aluminum in our foods? And let me tell you why. It's the same reason why they're putting fluoride in the water. It's to shut down your third eye, your pineal gland. The up and up people, the elite, the people that are behind the population control programs, they understand that if your third eye is open, nobody can control you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Nobody can use mind control over you. And that is really the only form of control, is mind control. Physical control can only go so far, and we've seen that in the past when people have revolted. So, sodium aluminum phosphate, I can't stress that enough. Do not give that to your kids. Do not consume it yourself. Avoid that. The good news is that you can detoxify yourself of it if you have ingested it in the past. Cilantro is a big one, and I'm going to be doing a video on that as far as how to detox from all these things. Crazy, right? Aluminum. Next one on the list is BHT, and BHT is actually the most popular preservative. It's used in all canned foods, in the lining of the canned foods. It's used in all these pastries. So many things use BHT now. And BHT, also called BHA, which is butylated hydroxynisol. Butylated hydroxytoluene. What the fuck are they putting in our foods? Can't even pronounce this shit. They're using this to prevent oxygenation, because as we all know, anything that oxidizes breaks down. So this keeps many breads, snack foods fresh for longer periods of time. Fresh but toxic. The Center for Science in the Public Interest cites studies which show that BHA and BHT explicitly causes cancer in animals. This is how much they don't give a fuck about you and your children, that they're going to give you shit that gives you cancer. Extensive research has also shown high doses of this ingredient causes significant damage to the lungs, liver, and kidneys. Oral consumption of this ingredient has also shown to have toxic effects on the body's blood coagulation system, which is basically if you have a blood clot or something like that, it prevents the blood from doing what it needs to do when you're healing from a cut or whatever. But that's really the least of your problems because it's damaging your lungs, kidney, and liver and giving you cancer. And you have to remember, you know, you're eating a snack here, you're eating this here, you're eating that here. It's what in the scientific community is called accumulative damage. So you're accumulating these toxins and then it builds up to that point where you're having the DNA damage, you're getting cancer, and next thing you know your doctor's telling you you got cancer. This is a fucking reality, and most of the cancer is caused by our foods. So BHT, BHA, avoid it. The beautiful thing is that they're putting this in the labels. So be educated on it. Take the time out to read what's in your food. If you can't pronounce it, then chances are it's gonna fuck you up. Alright? So that's the golden rule. If you can't pronounce the chemical, or they put an abbreviation like TBHQ or BHT because they don't want to say butyl, all this chemical death shit, then avoid it. Okay?